Hello everyone, and welcome to this new Cinema 4D tutorial, and thank you very much for watching this tutorial. So in this tutorial we will be creating something like this, a simple text glossy with nice reflections and a good material. Now the original part for this tutorial was by JS Design, and he made the speed art which in the end looked something pretty cool. So something like this. I wasn't able to follow the Photoshop part because it was pretty fast, but I was able to get hold of the full Cinema 4D text part. So I shall be doing only that in Cinema 4D. So let's get started with that. So in Cinema 4D, I'm just going to go and change the width and the height segments for 1280 by 720, and then we're going to go and choose our text spline, and I'm going to set the alignment to middle, and I'm just going to choose a font. Wait, first let me just rename this to Cinema for, I'm just going to make it Cube actually, the original one. Or you know what, let's make it Devil. Cool. And then we're going to go here and choose a nice font which is bubbly in type. So let me just go through and check out Cabell. That could do the trick, but we want rounded edges. So let's see. Frank's, yes. No, not Frank's. Frank's also pretty sharp. So let me see what we have. If we do have any good one, let's see. Come on, give me something. Yeah, so the font I'll be using is Santana Black, and I mean you guys can use any font you want. And then we're gonna go and go here and choose this separate letters option. So once we do that and we make the text editable, we get 5 different splines each of the letter. So here we're gonna go to these, and we're just gonna go to the polygonal selection, and we're just gonna do some changes. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go here, select these 2 points, delete it, select these 2 points, and go right click and choose hard interpolation, which makes it hard. And then we're gonna go and choose chamfer, and we're gonna chamfer it out. So I would say around 15. Yes, let's just put that to around 12. 12 looks good. I click away. So now we have this rounded edge. We're gonna go do same for the interiors as well. So select that. We can delete some points if you want. Select these 2, right click, hard interpolation. Then we're gonna go choose chamfer, apply of 12, or maybe for the inside we can set that to half of it, so around 6 or even maybe 7 would do. So I'm just gonna go repeat the same process for everything, and I'll meet you guys back in a sec. So here I am after rounding off all the edges, and I'm just gonna take this one and move it slide to this side over here. And what we want to do is we want to I just want this side again. Select all that and go to mesh, axis center, and center axis 2. So that puts all these letters, the axis point, right in the center of those letters. So let's go back to our perspective view, and here let's go and add an extrude object for each of these letters. So I'm just going to do plus Control C, Control V a bunch of times, and drop in the letters. So oops, I think we missed out a letter there. Yeah, delete and delete. So let me just put this in order. DEVIL Just bring that out. Oh god. Yes, there we go. I'm just gonna name this. Okay, that's brilliant. Okay, and before we get further with it, I'm just gonna go select all these splines and I'm gonna go to the intermediate points and set that to uniform. Okay, so when we go to our ground shading lines, it was in natural before, and we have this, which, as you can see here, there are more edges over here than here. If I put that to uniform, we get a uniform look throughout the text, which is pretty cool. Makes it more nice. So I'm just going to fold all this, and I'm going to select all the extrude knobs. Go to the caps. I'm going to set a fillet cap to both, and I'm going to set the steps to 4 and the radius to 7 for 7, and I'm going to set the movement to say around 35. That gives us a nice amount of nice bold text. If I remove it, we see here we have some nice bold looking text. You can take the L and probably move it a little bit more to the side. The I as well, kind of too much sticking. Anyways, once you've arranged your letter, we are gonna go and select all this and drop it in, press Alt G, and then we're gonna go and drop it in a connect object. So take it. Now we see we have more rounding. So if I uncheck the connect, we see it's pretty flat, and if I put in the connect, we see we have the text is a little bit more round. And let me just try something. I'm gonna go to the caps and set the steps to 6, and that gives us even more bubbly look. Well, that was what was done in the tutorial, so in the breakdown, so I'm just repeating that. Anyways, once we've done that, we're gonna go set up the lighting. So I'm just gonna go take a light over here and take this light and drop it in an array. So we have this array over here. In the array settings, I'm gonna go and set the radius to 1250. The copies will be, let's just move on and see what we get. The first thing, okay, the copies will be, let's bring that to 2 and 004, and we're gonna set the heading, not heading, the pitch rotation to 90. Cool. And then we're gonna set the Z position to 1000 on a negative 1000, so that brings it right in the front and lightens up this scene really well. Okay, and then we're gonna go and here into the light settings, and before we do that, let's just make a camera so that it fixes up our scene. I'm going to zero out the coordinates, and I'm just pressing the white button. I'm just right clicking on the down arrow so that it zeroes out. I'm going to set the Y to 65 and the Z to minus 750. So this is how it looks. And the light settings in the general tab, let's see if you want to make any changes. I think I'm just going to go to the general tab and set the brightness down to 85%. I think that's the only change I'm going to make. So once we have our lighting set up, I'm just going to go to the connect object and hit C to make it editable. And let's see, okay, and we're going to go take all these selection tags and delete them. And in the connect object, since we have one big connect object, I am going to wait. Let's Control Z that for a second, and let's take all these and drop it in, and let's see if we have the change as well. Nope. Let's move out the camera and let's go and let's see if we get any rounding. We do, but that's not pretty much it. If I put it in a null, we get more rounding. So let's see if it is the same display graph shading lines without the null and with the null. I think it's the same. So I'm just gonna go take all these, drop it in a connect object, and then I'm gonna hit C. Let's see what we get. Okay, we are still gonna have a problem. You know what, it's okay. Let's take all these polygonal tags, delete it, and then what we're gonna go is we're gonna go to the front tab, and we're gonna go and delete the, duplicate this 5 times, and I'm just gonna name it DEBIL, and the first one we did, okay, and then I'm gonna go to the rectangular selection tool, and in the polygonal selection I'm gonna uncheck only select visible elements, and since this is D, we're just gonna choose EVIL and delete it, and in E we're gonna choose EVIL, delete it, and D, delete it, oops, delete it here, V, delete it, DE, delete it, for I, L, delete it, so all these delete it, and oops, delete it, and in L you want all these to be deleted. So now we have D, E, V, I, L. Perfect, right? And as usual, we're gonna go select all these, go to mesh, axis center, center axis tool, and we're gonna go here into the camera. Great. So once we have all these selected, I'm gonna go to the coordinate tabs and just do some random rotations. So somewhere around like this, you guys can put in your own values, and you can make it look however you want. And I'm just using the values that was used in the original breakdown. I'm gonna let V in the middle, just the way it is, cause it looks good without any values. The one in the center. Let's see. Okay, and this one maybe something like this. Okay, and then we would want to move these around. So get away from the camera, and we're gonna take in each of these individual letters. Take that back and put that right over there. Go back and bring it down a bit, and we can take these two and drag it on to the side over there. Cool. We can take itself and bring that a little bit front. Okay, and we can take the V and move that a little bit back. Okay, and next is the I. So let's take this I, move it back, make sure it is kind of touching the V a little bit there, and we can take the L again and move that to the side so that it's kind of covering it, and should probably a little bit touching. And let's go back over here and see, this is what we get. We can take and move these up and down a little bit, bring this down, bring this a little bit up, this down, take the T, bring it down. I mean, whatever suits your taste. I mean, everything's up to you. Cool. Anyways, I'm just gonna go and select all these and move this a little bit to the center over here. Right. So now, since we have our lighting and the texture, sorry, the lighting and the modeling done, let's make a small render and see what we get. So this is what we have. Now the only thing left is the texturing. So let's go and make a new texture. Let's look into that text. I'm going to go make a new layer, and in the layer I'm going to go create a shader and surfaces and tiles, and let's look into the tiles, and you want to set this to lines 1. and we're gonna set the tiles 3 color to black. The tiles color will be 225 for the R, 190 for the G, and 85 for the B. 225, 190, and 85. And for the tiles 2 color, we will have a 255, 135, and a 0. Okay, I think this is to be 255. Okay, that. And then I'm going to set the global scale to 130. The grout width and the bevel width also will be 0, and that one. And I'm just going to go and choose right click and copy this channel, and then we're going to go to the reflection channel, and in the reflection channel we are going to add a Fresnel texture, and choose additive, set the mid strength to 15, the brightness to 15, and in the Fresnel we're going to be using the same two colors that we used before. So the lighter color is 255, 190, and 85, and the dark color is 255, 135, and 0. Okay, and we're going to set the blurriness amount to around 10, and then we're going to go, or actually 5 would do, and then in the specular the width will be 40, height will be 50, fall off will be -15, and the inner width to 10. So we have a nice specular like that. So once we are done with the material, let's just drop it on each of these and select all this, and I'm going to set the projection to cubic. And now what we're going to be looking at is we want the light part of the color to be on the bottom as well on the top. So I'm going to set the offset V to something like this, so that we have a light shade on the bottom as well as on the top of the letters. So now if we go back to our render settings and choose ambient occlusion, global illumination, I'm going to set it to low for the purpose of the tutorial, and anti-aliasing it'll be set at best. And then let's make a small render and see how this looks. So this is how it looks after the render, but the thing is there's nothing that the letters are reflecting. So in order to show that the letters are reflecting something, I'm going to go to my content browser, and I'm going to choose the HDRI Studio Pack and choose the HDRI Studio Rig and go to the studios, and I'm going to choose this Studio 4.hdr and drop it in over there. And also I'm going to go and choose a background, and here I'm going to go make new material. In the color channel I'm going to go and choose a gradient, and the gradient I'm going to do circular, and we're going to make this a light blue color, light blue, and this one is going to be a dark blue-ish kind of a color. And I'm going to take it, oops, oh, it was in the reflection channel, so let me copy this channel and paste it, and then we go put it on the background. And then when we make a render, now we can see some really bright reflections and the good shadowing over here, and that suits well with the text. So I think I'm going to go to the HDR Studio Rig and set the brightness down to 70%. And I think this shadowing over here is a bit annoying, so I'm just going to go select the E and move this somewhere like that, and that should do the trick. Okay, and I think I'm going to make this even more darker, so bring this down here like this, and bring this down even more down. Let's make it a little bit more dark. Put this down and bring this one down. Okay, and let's make another render and see what we get. Yeah, so this looks way much better. So thank you very much for watching this tutorial, guys, and if there's any other speed art that you would like me to break down and make a tutorial, or any other tutorial that you would like me to make, please let me know, and drop in a like, comment, and even subscribe. and if possible, share. So thank you very much for watching this tutorial, guys, and I hope to see you soon in another few future tutorials. So have a good day. See ya. Take care. Bye bye.